Good evening, this is Nerdist to Human, and welcome back to Drop Dutchy, a charming little puzzle game, a bit of an RTS, a little bit of just Tetris and Dorfromantic thrown in. Oh, it's absolutely glorious, and we have played this before on the channel. We have played the Dutchy once already on hard, but today we're going to stick on hard, not extreme yet. I do see there's Nightmare too, but we're going to play it instead as the Republic, who are an interesting faction, more about the money, more about trading in people, which now that I think about it, sounds a little bit bad. But apparently, we're, as far as I know, we're not massive slave drivers, but we might be. You never know. The Republic, though, does kind of lack any military at the start, which could be interesting. So a peaceful region to kick us off. And we've got some hostile ones in the distance, which is interesting because we can't actually get any military at the start. Although, having played this before, I do have myself a little bit of start resources, so I can get the Belfry upgraded immediately. The Belfry gives you an option, which is quite interesting. So we're going to have to grab the garrison, I think, because we don't know what we're going to get ahead of us. Oh, very nice. Upgrade 10 times, which is giving us a bonus. One of this faction's starting cards will start every feature run already upgraded. I should just go and start again, really, shouldn't I? You know what? Sod this game. No. We're starting again with our level 2, damn it. So there we are. Immediately throwing things into the bin. There we are, downtown level 2, free upgrade. So we'll take that upgrade and let's just have a look here. We don't actually have to battle for a little while, so you know what, you might take a different upgrade this time. You see, you get to see all the different ways you can play this. I'm gonna grab myself, I don't want more people, I want more money. I like the money, but people could be interesting. Let's just get the Belfry upgraded quickly. So let's get extra people from the Belfry. And yes, no enemies to start off with. Probably better to have more forest since we can chop down the trees. We do start with a lumber camp as well. So let's head on in and let's see if I can actually manage to gather some resources when I have no enemies, because I do tend to do that kind of badly. To be honest, I don't really want the Belfry right at the start. I don't know where the town's going to be, lad. But you know what? It's probably not the worst thing at this point because, yeah, I've got a few options now to slide it on in. So there's an early line for you. Very nice. I think we'll just immediately... Oh, actually, do we want to do that? Probably not, actually. Probably not. We could just slide the Belfry in here, which isn't a terrible idea because we can connect it to the town. That's some bonus money, and then we can just slide you in there. Lumber camp is coming, so we'll probably just immediately put this down here, and we'll just put the lumber camp. Well, we'll hold on to the lumber camp for a minute because I quite like to just continue with this. There's downtown, and that's important to see. So that's a couple more lines completed. Forest in there, and before. Downtown is going to convert some of that immediately, so I guess we probably want to put in... Can we do that there? Is there any reason I wouldn't do that? Probably not. Let's just do that. I know why you wouldn't do that, Thomas, because now any future connected forest isn't going to work because I'm about to delete it. I was trying to be clever. I've slightly outdone myself there in that. Oh no, actually, I was perfect. It's still connected forest, so I can grow that to gain a little bit more in for the city. Oh, absolutely marvellous. I'm a genius, as it turns out. Turns out that my genius knows no bounds, because watch me complete this Tetris actually pretty well. Nice work, Thomas. One last one to go, and I'm sure you can see that it slots in very nicely indeed. Can't quite fill up that those last 2 rows at the top there. But that was pretty much perfect going. Very well done indeed. Well done, Thomas. Give yourself a pat on the back. You managed to achieve against, no enemies. Now. 5 food for every connected field. I do like that, but we're not really creating fields very much. Hunting lodge. It's very hard to say no to military at the start. I do quite like the orchard, actually. That can go crazy very quickly, so I would like to get that later, but I think we're going to want a little bit of military. Just make sure we can bank some early. I'll probably now be offered something that does that. Boost combat. Ooh, just give me a general technology. We've already had that, and yeah, wheelbarrow. Hard to say no to that. What's the enclosure, by the way? End of round. Each military building adjacent to 3 neighbourhoods gains 5. Ooh, that could be nice. I don't really care for clear, but wheelbarrow, 15 gold for each row. Oh yeah, we're going to go mad in terms of the gold, I would say. So let's grab some food whilst we're here. Take that. I don't really want to sacrifice health. Peaceful region. Oh, I've gone for the peaceful way by accident here. Oh no! Peace it is, but before we head in there, we should just try and make sure we do any upgrades we can. Belfry, get yourself moving. Now, we can get some wood with him as well. I'm trying to get the food. We could get the garrison, which probably is a sensible plan. Okay, fine, I'll get the garrison, everyone. Right, lumber camp upgrade. Probably not a terrible... You know what, I'm going to say this is the better one, actually. Get me my money early doors. That'll be lovely. We're going to unlock that. We're going to get the hunting lodge straight in play. And is there anything else we can do? Not quite yet. Okay, time to head in. And as we finish up then, I think we're just about going to get this perfect. No. You turn around there. That's another couple lines done. Ooh, 120 with a single lumber camp. And I also just got myself a big taxation, what do you call it? Achievement. That's the word I'm looking for. So yeah, without any enemies, we're doing very well here. This is absolutely glorious. But what is coming up? River Castle. Okay, are we going to go for rivers? How many rivers are there coming up? 5 food for the market for each connected neighbourhood. We're doing okay for food, but I guess we probably should take that for the time being. I need to find other ways of getting food. Trading fair. So, for the trading fair, what do we really want? First of all, we'll spend our peoples. Definitely not sending them into slavery, probably, I hope anyway. Basically, this is just adjacent to the city bonuses. While we're having lots of forests adjacent to the city, we'll take that one for sure. And a neighbourhood piece in wouldn't be terrible, but I'm just going to say wheelbarrow. It's just so valuable, so good. Can't say no to it. Trading fair. What do we have here? So I have some money. So it's going to say I could offer some money for these things. It's not the worst idea. The food's easy enough. I'm just going to bank the food because actually the wood is fairly simple right now. Now I'm going to have to go hostile, which gets sensitive towards wood rather than them. Okay, so we're going to have the trees. That would be really good for me, but I should probably do some, not giving things to the boss. I don't have enough military. So let's go to the hostile region then, and let's test out our military situation. We do have one more, so we'll spend some money on that at the marketing. They have alarm towers and a mercenary camp. Well, it's not been the best round here. A tiny bit untidy, but the market is getting us some food, which is very much welcome. And unfortunately, I don't think I can do any more of my lines, but I've got those first, 8 or so lines done properly. So it's not the worst thing in the world. Let's just have a nice river there to protect the edge of the city, because in my mind, I kind of like that idea. So, okay, we're a little bit short here. They have 60 and we only have 27, so you can sort of see the problem that we've got. On the plus side, we can at least have a little bit of an advantage. But we're going to take a good whack of damage here, which is pretty much how Republic goes. The first time you battle, you're going to lose half your health. Oh dear. Yeah, we're doing all right with resources though. Resources are looking very good. We're just going to make sure that we have some money to spare to heal up, which we're going to. That's absolutely fine. Now, what do we have? Bridge. Not too interested in that. I'm going to say lucky finds. Just keep on boosting our income. I mean, at the moment, honestly, it's absolutely fine if we're just gaining more and more income. There's Lumberjack as well. We possibly should be having a little look if there's anything here. Oh, yes, we've reached Faith because I've got towards some of these new things here. I'm not sure we necessarily want them for this campaign, so we're going to have to continue with hostile, of course. We'll get the belfry going again and again and again, and this time it's just a sort of increase in terms of some of what we gain. So for the forest, are we going to get more people? We're going to gain some food. I'm just going to keep saying people. Let's just keep getting this upgraded. Get that nice and strong. We really need some stone for downtown, but we obviously won't be able to get that quite yet. Okay, we need the hunting lodge upgraded. I just need any military I can get my hands on. And other than that, I don't know that there's very much we can do before this battle, to be honest. Wouldn't be the worst idea to get some more. Yeah, do we want to just upgrade the lumber camp? We probably do, you know. We just want to get as much wood in as we can. Do we just want to go for that again? We could. We do have plenty of food. Let's just do it. Let's just get that up to full. And we're going to get the market done as well. I'm just going to spend what we've got. Okay, into the hostile region. We just cross the bridge. We cross the river without the bridge because we are clever like that. What do they have? Wooden fortress, forest into plain. That's not too much of a worry. Mercenary camp, straight 20. And a training camp, aligned military building. Allied military building aligned with it. Okay, not the worst, but we need to keep an eye on it. You know what, this one started out very messy, and while there's just a couple gaps there at the end, I'm very happy to keep the mercenary camp out of this. And I'm really hoping I get a card that I got last time, which was every time you left an enemy military building, you would gain a big bucket of money, and I absolutely loved that. Obviously, I don't have much money right now, but or have much military right now, but once you do get some military, that can be amazing, because once you start banking the money, oh, you're in a good position. So we're actually able to win that battle, which is good news, because we're going to need that. It actually worked out pretty darn well. I'm liking this. Now, we're not looking super strong in some ways, but the background, oh, the barracks, this is what we want. Lots and lots of gold, the barracks get stronger. And actually, with that card I just mentioned, yeah, if you get a big pile of gold, like 100 gold for letting an enemy appear in the battle, the amount you get from the barracks pretty much makes up for it. So the barracks is a very, very nice card indeed. We're already pretty much there at the boss. So, okay, we've got to figure out what we want here. The downtown we can't upgrade, unfortunately. As we know, we have no stone, but hunting lodge, oh yeah, if we can upgrade that, we absolutely should. The wheelbarrow is already at full, giving us lots and lots of money. And I feel like Lucky Finds, I've been seeing that come up a lot. So, I'm going to say, should we add an extra? I mean, we don't have a lot here, but what we have is very, very well raised up, isn't it? Let's have a little bit more review. And that means that we don't have any more wood, so I suspect we're going to struggle. Yeah, the market can't be upgraded anymore. But, yeah, we're not looking too bad here. Port. We need... Now, the thing is, we don't have enough money to actually re-heal. So we will absolutely just gain the defense. We will just give ourselves the last two. And in terms of where we're at, as we know, yeah, nothing more we can do. But look at this. Level 3 Hunting Lodge, level 2 Market, level 3 Wheelbarrow. We got level 2 Urban Planning. We've got level 3 Lumber Camp, level 5 Belfry, and a 2 on the downtown. Not too bad. I am really not in an ideal position here at the start. I've been given a Fortale River that I can't actually deal with because I'm a numpty, but things down badly, which means we're immediately under a fair bit of pressure here, actually. They're at least got a line explored, which is nice, but, oh yeah, this is dicey in the early game for sure, but there's a bit of forest coming in now. That's a good shape for us, so we'll absolutely take that. We now have room to fit that. Unfortunately, this town's going to be the wrong shape, isn't it? Indeed, it is the wrong way round. We can change over to this river and just get that slapped down in that position. Not a terrible idea. We don't want the belfry as a military building next to their thing, annoyingly, so we'll just plonk that. I'm going to say slap it down. Oh, actually, do we want it like that? Yeah, we'll just slap it down there. That'll be absolutely fine. So give us some basic military. You, Mr. Barracks, obviously going for the barracks rather than the wood collection on this particular occasion. No need for that, but the hunting lodge we do need, and there's no forest yet. Each adjacent military building, we've already seen that, and unfortunately, there are adjacent military buildings in every position conceivable, which is not good at all, actually, because now I have very, very limited options here. I could give up on those two, but that, I don't like it, but it does extend the town. Guess we're just going to have to give up on it. It is what it is, sadly. Now, the hunting lodge is coming in, And I'm just going to say we could do... What is that one coming up that shape? Yeah, we could use that. Yeah, I'm going to say like that. That'll be absolutely fine. We can't use it immediately, though. So we're going to have to slap this down. And I'm going to say there. Can I slide something else in later? I might be able to, but we're kind of struggling with this a little bit, aren't we? Yeah, so at the very least that gives us 4 there. We need to keep this growing, but there isn't much. Oh dear, this is not good. I can't do much with this for now. You're just gonna... I need to waste this forest, and this is also the wrong way. Everything is going wrong. And unfortunately, we're going to not quite get to the end here. This has been far from ideal. We're going to take a big hit to our health. At the very least, we have got a little bit out, but nowhere near enough from the forest on this occasion. It's not particularly great. And we have too many axes, really, don't we? So I'm going to say, let's get... Yeah, let's get there. Let's get our axes into those swords, which is going to maybe lose by like 1. That means that we can get swords straight away, move into our axes, which will be swords at that point, in which case we can go for the wall. This should be interesting. Yeah, we lost it by 1. So 35, we're going to turn entirely into swords, which will mean big victories for us, but you can see we're already 32. Okay, not as bad a hit as I thought, considering that was a really badly positioned wall. I just got some not great selections early on, and it just worked out less than ideal. But you know what? We made it through. How are we going to get moving on? Technology card upgrades reduced. I don't know that that's worth it. Well, it's only the start of the second act, but maybe. Each aligned military is very good. Wooden Fortress is turning the forest into plain and recruiting 3 for each. That just works against some of our other cards. Is that better? I don't know, but I don't think that we want plain, so I don't think so. Training camp it is. I do like the aligned military base. It's not too shabby. Now, we are going to have to get rid of something, and I guess it's going to have to be... Well, does it have to be river? We haven't picked up any river cards, so... We'll keep the plain, but I don't know that we should gain anything from plain. We're gaining plenty of money, so we'll keep the plain as it is for the time being. And I think we're going to have to go through hostile. Do I want that? Yeah, we'll just go university. University is absolutely fine. Boosts combat. Probably a good idea, you know. So... Tactical advantage, adjacent to an allied building with the same unit type, they both gain +4. It's very situational, that. I don't know that we're going to be in that position. We can increase our max health, or we can gain when we merge, and we do have a lot of axes, so that's not bad. The health, though, is always good, but I can always just grab that later. I'm going to say this might do us more good as we go forward, because we have quite a bit of axe currently. We should, though, upgrade the belfry. And where are we at? The garrison upgrade hasn't come yet, but we're basically going to have, okay, mix of things. I'm going to say 5 and 5 sounds pretty nice to me. End of round 4. I would money. Give me the money. Give me the money. Now I need some stone to upgrade that now. Oh no, the game is catching up with me. We though can upgrade strength in numbers. We might as well do that, I think. Now we need some stone for the next one of those. Do we want to spend our money? I don't think we will. We will just get ourselves back to health here. We could still upgrade. You know, I'm going to say it's still just about early enough to upgrade that lucky card. I'm just going to say we do it now. We get plenty of money. We'll carry on with our massive upgrade plans. So. Yeah, we do need to spend money on this, Thomas. That's what you should have spent that money on. But hey ho, I forgot. So market, we don't need that so much. We've got a bit of food already. Training camp though, would be very good for aligned things, stuff and things. We do need more wood again though. So I'm gonna say, ooh, a bit tricky actually, isn't it? This is actually perhaps going to work out, actually. We managed to get ourselves aligned over there. And there's the forest connection. Extra axes ahoy. Okay, That went surprisingly okay. It's not been anywhere near ideal, but just about managed to get away with this one, I would say. Slap you down there, get the mountain in there. It doesn't make too much difference. I don't know that we can actually finish off any rows here. No, not really. So we'll just put down that plane. Rock goes over the end. Okay, a few extra axes at the def, and yeah, axe to axe will get us bonuses, remember now. So we will do that, and luckily there's no missiles because we haven't brought the barracks along here today. So we'll just see how it goes. Big bonus there, 71. We might actually just about win this, yeah. That looks even to me. Exactly 0. Perfect. Well, still got full health. Works for me. We've been offered the Roguelike, which starts us off with 1 faith. Now, the faith gives us bonus resources, which is very nice indeed, but I can't help but want the outpost, 10 for each adjacent mountain. I think we just need that. We got too many axes. We need a few more swords to deal with there. So we'll do a faith later. I won't jump straight into it. We've got the guild coming up now, followed by, wow, okay, lots and lots of nonsense going on. Probably want the stone, which means we end up at the university. That's fine. Give us a guild. We can kind of rebuild our deck a little bit here. So, production. Yeah, getting more production. Why not? That is not what I was looking for. Do we want charcoal kilns? Potentially. Get 10 gain for each adjacent forest. Why not? Why not? Let's just get some more money. And we're going to go for stone. We just need some stone. Bit short on that. And then we'll head into the university. And we're going to get modifying or technology. What do we want? Let's go for a modification. And reduce all stone costs by 20%. You know what? We'll just grab some masonry because we're a bit short on that. So it's probably not the worst idea in the world. Weirdly, we have to accept a peaceful region one way or the other. That's interesting. Yeah. So yeah, either way we're going to have to add to the boss, which isn't particularly ideal. I guess what you want to think about then is, yeah, extra forest is probably the ideal kind of a direction. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to get that kiln completely surrounded this time. It just hasn't worked out that way. It's a bit of a shame, really. But no long forest pieces have been coming, so we'll just have to accept that. But that is an absolutely cocking huge set of things succeeded there. Very nice indeed. Okay, so yeah, we can continue building up here. Probably, do we want that in this position? Yeah, because that does count. So we'll go and add a little bit into there. We can potentially still make this work for us. Where the hell are my long pieces of forest? I don't think they're coming today. That's a bit of a shame, isn't it? Okay. Well, we're still going to get some decent money out of this. The lumber camp could have gone with down there, but we'll put it in there instead. It's still connected. Still opportunity to connect everything very nicely if more arrives. But you know what? We're near enough the end now anyway. And normally this is going to block us off from that. So we'll just have to slide anything down where we can. Oh, we can't connect this forest either. Bit of a shame. This one doesn't work either. So put things down and that'll be the end of the round. Nowhere near ideal, to be honest. Just wasn't getting the order that I wanted. Sometimes that's just how it goes, though. Still, decent amount of resources and... Ooh, no mercy. I did say I like the orchard, but this is the card I was mentioning earlier on. Yeah, end a combat round without any enemy building in reserve. Without having an enemy building in reserve. I.e., you place them all on the battlefield, 100 gold. That scales up massively as well. So we have to go hostile. Let's just make sure I'm pressing left, Thomas. Okay. We don't want that boss to be too insane, but can we get ourselves any more upgrades? We still need more people for that. Downtown! Okay, we probably should be, yeah, focusing on that. Absolutely marvellous. That's an increase to range. We can still get the urban planning done, which is interesting. No Mercy needs some more wood. Okay, strength in numbers. We possibly do want to think about that one too. We'll grab ourselves the extra neighbour. Oh, do we want the extra neighbourhood piece? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? We're going to grab the military boost just because we probably should get any military boost that we can as we're coming up to the end here. So what have they got? Mercenary camp, prison, siege camp, siege camp. Okay, could be dangerous. The prison, we need to be thoughtful about where we deal with that. So we'll change out the market into barracks. And how much mountain? A little bit of mountain. No, there's a bit of forest. Yeah, I have to decide what I want to do here. And whilst I would love to highlight my point about the old siege camp there and get myself bonus money, no, not today. But the money is giving the barracks quite a lot now. Considering the barracks has already been attacked by that siege camp. Yeah, not too bad, but we're going to take a good hit here. I've got to be very sensible about how I do this. So, yeah, axes to axes, take out the swords. I don't know if they can quite do that, to be honest. And then, from there, oh no, this is going to become problematic. Yes, it will. So we're going to lose out to these axes at the end. We'll have to see how this goes. So 56, we're going to win that just. That's fine. Actually, we almost had enough to stay as axes, which could have been a bit of a disaster. But hey-ho, it's fine. We'll win that. And, okay, we're going to slightly lose. Only 13, though. Could have been a lot worse. You can see their military is suddenly getting better. But there we go. Lumber camp to warehouses. Replace one of the starting cards with an even better one. Ooh, very nice indeed. We actually collected quite a lot there. The carpenter and the tax office. I adore both of those. The tax office for more gold is unbelievably good. And the fact that it's just like one tile as well. The carpenter, though, pretty much gets you through the final round. The very final dungeon. I'm going to take the tax office though. It is brilliant, and it's going to feed into my barracks as well. So get the belfry upgraded first and foremost. Always go for that. Still, garrison is not going up, which is mildly upsetting. We can gain some stone though, which, to be fair, is kind of what we want. So we'll grab ourselves a bit more stone. That works for me, and otherwise, where do we want to be spending our things? Well, we need the money for the last upgrade slot, but I can't actually afford that. So tell you what, go to the trading fair. Let's see what's on offer. Now, extra wood. We are lacking wood. What do we actually need for our upgrades, though? That really is the question. So, upgrades. What are we desperately wanting? The barracks would be amazing, but I need more money. The tax office is going to help that a lot. Wood could boost that, though, which could be interesting. Yeah, now we've got these two. I got these a lot earlier in my first run. They, added together with the barracks, are unbelievably powerful. So we will want to make use of it. You know what? Lucky Finds isn't terrible to upgrade either. And there's nothing that's desperately wanting it. We kind of need an extra military upgrade. Training camp. Yeah, that one could give us a lot more. What did that training camp just need? Was it food? It was food. I'm going to trade some gold for food. We need a little bit of gold just to get our health back up to full before the boss. But I think that's absolutely fine. So yeah, let's get the training camp upgraded. That is going to be key for us. Anything else we can do before this bout here doesn't look like we can afford it. Okay, I think we're in a decent position, to be fair. So, as good as we're going to be. So let's have a little think about how I want to set this up. I generally think that this has been made nearly impossible, to be honest with you, because just quite frankly, like the fact that we've had to give up so much. Do I even want to like leave that gap? I don't know. I kind of put it over here. Yeah, the fact that we've had to basically give them an extra 45, in part because once I made that choice, but otherwise I didn't. Like, I was actually forced on that more recent occasion to have to take a peaceful route, one of the two, which is quite unfortunate. Causes me quite a few problems, it should be said. So slap this here. I've got to get this perfect, and I don't know how we get this perfect. There's I need to get that mountain in if I'm going to make it as perfect as possible. This is not bad. The tax office can go immediately next to it. That's not terrible either. That gives us more for the barracks. But yeah, we have so many potential problems. That's unfortunately not quite going to be enough to connect that to him. I could snap in the barracks, but then, yeah, that's going to be on top of a tile we don't like. Yeah, you can go down here with a forest. That's fine. Yeah, as I say, just those plus 45, I don't know that we can do it. We don't have enough military for this. Unfortunately, that's not going to be ideal for him either. I don't know that we've got enough other mountains coming in. I think we're just going to have to do that, to be honest. You are not coming in at the right time either. Oh dear, it's all going Cotswolds now. Just going to put that mountain down there. Give me the small bonus to that little outposty thing. Each military building aligned with. This is kind of like one of the key buildings that could make a huge difference if I can put it in the right place. But I don't know that I can do it. That's the forest. That's going to be converted a little bit. That's absolutely fine. Yeah, okay, that training camp could come in here. Might not be terrible. There's the belfry. And that's really the question. You come in there at the top. That's more tax office. That's more for the barracks. Get as much money as possible. That's some stone. That's fine. We need to get this so spot on. And I just don't like using up these tiles here that are not the ones. This one's going to have to work, isn't it? Hunting Lodge, there's just not much connected forest. And to be honest, you're eating into my training camp spot, which potentially... Oh, no, that doesn't align. Yes, you see, it's only actually aligned one specific thing. That's not good either. So you go there. That's going to connect a little bit of forest, a little bit of food. That doesn't really count for too much, but more tax office, more money, and more barracks. It's the only way we can do this, baby. You go there. That's more forest. Okay, this is starting to be okay, he says. It's not perfect. Training camp now can be slapped down here. Will that align with both the barracks and the belfry? I'm not sure it does, because I'm not sure which square it comes off of. Is that technically doing neither now? See, this is the stupid thing, right? Yeah, it shows you where it's aligned, but it's not actually aligning with that exact spot I think it is. So that's just bloody perfect, isn't it? Okay, can the training camp do anything over here? Technically, still again 1. Why does this have such weird range that doesn't make sense? Because I need that. I need it, but it's not going to happen for me. It's just not really very friendly, is it? Okay, I'm just going to say you go in there. That'll be fine. You go in here. And the training camp is going to, unfortunately, just come in at the end. At this spot, can I change who it aligns with? Not really. Okay, well, it's going to get... Oh, no, it did do it. But it wasn't showing all of that. That's fine. I gained 45, they gained 15. You can come in up here. That's the multi-exploration bonus. That's extra gold, maybe? Okay, you know what? I don't think we can do any better than this. There's an extra 100 gold, which is extra to the barracks. I think this is as good as we can do, and if we lose this, I don't think it was possible. Genuinely, I don't think it's possible if this doesn't work. So how can we do this? We're going to multi-bonus our way to go and take on him. I mean, we're not going to be left with... It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters at all how we do this. Yep, this is the best we can do. Are we going to lose? We might be losing here. 81. 116. I don't think we've got enough. No. 67. I don't think that was possible. I don't think we had enough military to do that. There might be a perfect world there, but I got my things at the tax office just too late. That's a bit of a shame. I thought we had it. Well, I didn't think we had it here. I did say at the very start of this battle, I don't think it's very possible because of the bonuses they got. You see, if one less bonus to the boss and I could have done it, but there we are. Okay. Sadly, that is defeat. Well, having lost already, I thought I'd give it another go, and okay, we're pretty much at the exact same point, the last battle before we get to the second act boss. So, okay, it's well worth bearing in mind that there's a reason when we lost this last time, and we're going to try and avoid those pitfalls again. But the tax office is in play with the barracks, which is always a nice little combination. But I've already kind of given myself a little bit of an awkward situation down here at the bottom. So yes, okay, fine. We can go and get this mercenary camp into here. That is absolutely marvellous. So, all right, with any luck, if nothing else, we can do something here. This forest isn't particularly ideal either, but you know what? We will take it because we'll just get this downtown, slotted into there. Not too bad, but we do want forest around the edge of the town to give us extra bonuses. The main difference I've gone for this time is just an awful lot more in terms of mountains. You can't really see many mountains right now because obviously the game decided this is the moment to make me look like a fool, which it probably will because I'm probably about to lose once again, I would imagine. But hey-ho, it is what it is. We'll just continue with the forest from this position. There we go. So yes, downtown up to level 2. The belfry, I think, is at 6 at this point. So it's not too shabby. We can't really get anything snuck in there. The alarm tower will go in there though, which will be quite nice in a moment. As I say, we've got a lot more of the belfry actually doesn't do anything for military garrison this time, which you would have thought after last time wouldn't be the way I'd go, but apparently it is. So there we go. I'm going to plonk you over there. Alarm tower, military buildings aligned with it. Are you in the range of that thing? I think you actually are in the range of the siege guy. Yep, lots of alarm towers alarming each other there. Absolutely marvellous. Probably a terrible plan. Nonetheless, we are... Ooh, I could get the tax office in actually, which I think I will do, assuming I can find a better place for this here guy. I don't really like any of these spots, to be honest. Do I want double barracks? I'd rather just upgrade the one I've got, to be honest. But it is a little bit tempting, yes. You know what, we'll go for the heal because I have no money. I probably won't, I probably have no health even. I probably won't be able to do the keep anyway. But we'll give it a darn good go. As I say, our options are, we can't upgrade the belfry. Downtown's already at level 3. And otherwise, yeah, tax office at 3 is nice. The barracks can get an upgrade. This is probably not the moment to do it. And okay, yeah, so hidden cave, outpost, old tower. We're using all of these lovely mountainy kind of things, as well as the barracks for our money. So that's really the approach we're going with right now. We can't actually afford to upgrade anything apart from that barracks. Saying not the time for it. The herbaries could go up. At the very least, we do need to actually update that. So get the old tower straight in, and other than that, we don't probably need double tax office this time, so we'll do that. We'll put in the hidden cave. But this place can be a little bit awkward for buildings. If anything, the problem I had last time was the buildings were more of a problem, were more of a hindrance than anything else because you couldn't fit them all in. So the real question is, do I want to switch anything around here? Is the barracks gonna be useful enough, or am I better off just gaining some health? Probably a bit of health isn't the worst idea, but how much can I actually heal? That's probably the question. So we'll see how much we can heal, and then we probably got to add the herbarist in after that. Well, we are starting off with a nice bit of money for our tax office. That's not terrible, but we need a little bit more to actually get us over the line here. The outpost probably can just come into that position. It's going to get a little bit of mountains. Hopefully we can stack a bit more for it as well. This guy's going to come on in there. That's pretty good for him. And realistically, what we'd like to see... Yeah, double tax office probably didn't mean that. I should have picked my cards better. Oh well, it's fine. We can put you down in a few places. Maybe you just go there for the time being. There's a few bits in there. That's very nice. More money means more barracks, so that suits me very much, Rooney. Okay, now what we can do up here potentially is trap. Oh, we could get a very nice bit of a trap going on here for our good old friend later. Okay, yeah, the old tower guy. Okay, yeah, we'll put you down there for the time being. That will do. There's the belfry, which don't know quite where downtown is. There is downtown. It is coming. So we can think about that a little bit. Ooh, let's put you there. It's not ideal, but it will have to do. And likewise, that's probably going to be where that goes. This is not good for downtown, though. It's not going to get nearly enough. What we need to do is get it into the spot above that, which I don't know quite how we managed to do at this moment in time. So I'm going to say we just plonk it down here and we convert what we can, and hopefully this will work out in time. There's a little bit of joy, a little bit of money, a little bit of barracks. Not perfect. Get you slapped down in there. That will work out because you get turned immediately into town. It's not the worst, but we're not already utilising the east side here. And once again, you straight on top. So the town's not looking too terrible. I shouldn't have really put it there because that was a blank spot actually. But hey ho, it is fine. Here comes the old tower. If I just snap down there, that is a good amount of mountain, yes. Nice. And is this card the right one for this? No, Thomas, you were supposed to do it slightly differently. The other one coming in, though, is pretty good for that next card there. So, put you in there. Put you in the surround. Is that it? I think I've done it. Yeah, 75. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I like that card. If you can get it right in this battle, you're in an excellent, excellent place. Okay, that's the best chance we've got. So, in terms of this forest, we could, let's just look at the last few tiles we've got and see where they could fit in. I can still fit in a little bit. I think 2 of these I can fit in. So that's a bit of forest on the edge of the town, which is beneficial to us, bear in mind. You could go here. That will convert a tiny bit. Don't think we can do anything else. Is there any bonus to this mountain here? I think so, yes. That's another 7. Very nice. And yeah, you gain 10. So that is pretty darn ideal. That's 5 as well. Okay, and then this forest is just wasted on the end there. 150 gold. Boost the barracks as well. And the town is going to give the belfry a little bit, but it's not a huge amount on this here occasion. It's a shame. But that's the best I can do. This time we've got the mountain warriors. I like them more. Do we have enough health to survive? Because I don't think we're quite going to win this by itself. We're actually looking pretty close. We might actually just win. Wow, look at that, 197. Boom, boom, baby, the old tower in the middle of the mountains there. That is OG. Okay, OG, oh, whatever. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. All I know is that that is the tile we needed. Damn it. Now, the masonry. I think I've just sold some important. I definitely sold like every card that I wasn't using. So, started round with 2 faith. That is not a terrible idea, actually, just to give me a bit of bonus resources. Of these cards, I'm just going to take it. We haven't been using those kind of things. That's Act 2 actually defeated. Leave behind the plains because we're using the mountains and the forests here. So yeah, we'll go grab ourselves some technology. Transforms terrains. Do we want that? I think just this will be fine. Lucky finds. We've already got that going, but I do quite like it. Belfry gets an upgrade. There is no garrison on this belfry, by the way. So this is now the adjacent wasteland, adjacent mountain, or adjacent field. Where it's got to be adjacent mountains because there's going to be some, I hope. Okay, at this point, I don't really know what my priority is, but I could do with that barracks upgrade, to be honest. So maybe I want to save a little bit. The old tower gets me out of a bind. But this one is pretty nice, the alarm tower. It fits in very easily. So I'm going to say, let's just get that upgrade done. That's a really powerful card. So, all right. And yes, I was talking about the lucky finds. That was obviously on the last run, not on this run. So actually it's quite good that I took it. Stone or gold? Do I actually need stone for very much? I think I do. Hidden cave. Yeah, because I can go mountains now. I definitely do need some stone. The gold is always very, very welcome, but we're just going to have to grab it. So we'll take what we can. Peaceful or hostile? Well, indeed, it's going to be hostile. Well, we're on our final round now before the final boss, and we are, though, getting the old tower once again to work well for us, which is very nice indeed. Now, we do still have a little bit to finish off here, but I think we're looking pretty good in general. Here's the tax office I wanted to slide into the hole earlier, unfortunately. There are still a few options where we can get this in. Oh yes, tax office into tax office. That is the game I like to play. Good. Pay tax to each other, lads. Thank you very much. And the belfry, thankfully, comes in at a time where I can just get it to join in with our good old town. Perfect. And with that, barracks straight up to 30. Oh yeah, very nice indeed. Okay, this is looking pretty good. I don't know that we can necessarily finish up. Oh, I should have put that in this slot really to finish up some rows here, but it's fine, I guess. We've got a few too many missing rows here for the last chance to kind of do some exploring, but at the very least, we're not looking too bad as we head into the final battle. Belfry gaining extra from town, from the mountain and the forest. Very nice at this point. So yeah, they've got themselves axes. We'll defeat them. As ever then, we will take them on. Axes ahoy, just to give us an equal matchup. We're just going to lose this. They're going to change into missiles in time for us to defeat them with our swords. Not too shabby. Battle 1, 900 odd monies by the way. 1,000 monies. A little bit of a bonus there because of the faith, of course. Very nice indeed. It's something, it's not a lot, but it'll have to do. Now, we could take the carpenter just in time for the final round because that one certainly can be useful. I'm just going to take it. I don't think I'll be using it, to be honest. We don't really have much of a chance to do so. So, refill defences or upgrade a card. I did have plenty of money, to be fair. I probably do want the option, though, of keeping my everything sort of ready to go, actually. So, let's just make sure we are in the best place possible. So, what do we get here before the final battle? Extra forest will give us 6. 6 for mountain adjacency. Ooh, okay. Yeah, so basically, where do we want the balance of our adjacencies to be? I'm going to say at this point, we're not so interested in gaining the stone from the belfry. We just want to gain, yeah, as much military as possible for the final battle. And the main thing we probably want to be thinking about now is we've got the barracks that we can upgrade. Haven't really been using the hidden cave recently because I've been trying to make some money. So, okay, orchard. Orchard is useful, don't get me wrong. But, and I have been using it to gain a bit of resources here near the end. But I'm going to sell it because at the end, the final battle is a little bit more awkward between the carpenter and our tax offices. We should be absolutely fine in terms of gaining the money we need. So we just need to, yeah, bear that in mind. I haven't been using the No Mercy the last few rounds because, yes, we haven't needed to worry about that. That's no longer of use to me at the final battle. That, though, does gain me a few more resources. Old Tower, I feel like that is so key for me getting things over the line. I just have to upgrade it pretty much no matter what. I can still upgrade this barracks, so I'm going to do that. That's always a good idea. And with that 500 left, I'm going to work out what the best plan is to do. Now the port, how much do you actually fill me up, by the way? You're just going to gain 32. Okay, and a free upgrade, advanced upgrade for 150. Ooh, if I can still afford to heal myself, I think I can. Very quickly, let's have a look, because I can get strong defender. Ooh, I can if I have more food. That, though, would require me selling something that I have previously upgraded, and that is an interesting one. Do I want to do that? I think I might be best actually in just getting the level 2 upgrade because I can afford pretty much to get this sorted out. Oh, I got the one I wanted. That is excellent news. Okay, so with that, we can probably gain more money by selling things I don't need. I'm going to actually, yeah, sell this alarm tower, which has been useful during the game, but now gives me a big pile of money and food. I want the barracks up to level 3. That is going to be huge for us. I want the outpost upgraded. Don't unfortunately have the stone to do any more of that, but what it does mean is I can upgrade the resource cards, which will obviously help us pay any lovely tax that we need to pay on this final road of bribery. Lovely. The carpenter, absolutely vital for this. Unfortunately, we are going to have to pay for the mercenary camp because the carpenter was just 1 turn later than I would have liked, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is. Downtown can't quite go in this turn. In fact, I don't think I can do anything this turn. That's really unfortunate. I'm going to have to accept a little bit of losses here. Well, it is what it is. Sometimes you just don't have a choice, but it is at least going to be a big chunky town, and the carpenter is going to pay for the next bribery, so I guess we'll just have to take that situation. Outpost is coming in. Outpost is nice, but it's really the old tower that's going to get us through this. So, you... do I want to just fill that in? It's not really ideal. What I could do is fill that in. That's going to make it harder to actually deal with the other thing later. You know what? You can get slapped up here out of the way. That's absolutely fine. This is quite useful for us. Let's get the outpost slid into here. That's not too bad. That's 30 straight away. Get this guy up there. That's a decent enough position. That would be lovely, but it's not going to be working right now. I really would like... Old tower can still slide into that gap if I do this, so I guess we will do that. And old tower's coming. Good, 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 good. That means... do I want to put this here? I will put it there for the time being. This guy is perfect for that top corner. Good. Now, old tower is about to come in. Still can't place that. I'm just going to put it there for now. Right, old tower, come on in. Come on in. That is a lot of mountain, by the way. And carpenter 2. Not too bad. We just need one long piece of mountain to fit in there. We've got bit in reserve, which will do the job, of course. So we'll just have to see about that. That's some more forest for the town. That's looking pretty good, to be honest. We do have a little bit of primary to worry about as we go forward, but we should be fine with that carpenter in place. Can't do the old tower without activating. That's not the worst place for you. And there we go. Old tower in play, full whack. That's the outpost too, I think. Is that just in the outpost? 100 for him. It's not quite the outpost, sadly. But it's not too bad. You, Mr. Forest. Is that the best way of using you? It might not be. We're looking a lot better now, though. And with the tax office coming in, we're probably where we need to be. Bribery will be absolutely dealt with. And that, of course, is also the barracks in play. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I have not thought about you at all, Mr. Belfry. That's kind of unfortunate. Now, I did want this to go down into this slot, but I can't do it this turn, which is a little bit unfortunate. I could put the stone there afterwards. It just won't get the same town growing. Well, you know what then? We'll put this over here. We will... you see, the belfry is just going to miss out on the town here, but the mountain on the edge of town is still a bonus, remember, so that's not terrible. You... oh, I need to work around that. Oh, dear, that's good. But that's the outpost, once again, a little bit more. 45 onto there. I think we're looking okay here. Bribery is paid for the rest of time. Don't want to blow up the game by doing that, Thomas. No, I will just put the belfry in here. That just gets, just gets a bit of tax office. That helps the barracks a bit more. And also we're on the edge of the forest there, which is kind of what we're looking for, to be honest. That's a little bit more on top of you, up to 60. Oh, that is so nice. That's working beautifully. That is not going to quite fit where I want it. Let's get the forest on top there. That's not too bad. Mountains ahoy. Yeah, slide across there. I think we're in a good position here. Tax office, where is the best place for you? You could get in line with quite a few buildings there. That's pretty nice. That is pretty darn good. And more money is more barracks, remember. That's what we want to do. I love it when they feed into each other like that. You are just the wrong way around for that, annoyingly. The mountain can just be slapped in there. At this point, we're just trying to get as much onto this board as possible. Ooh, don't think you're going to work. Okay, we can just get a little bit of forest on the edge of this belfry here, which is what we're going to try and do. One more across. That's good. Okay, line explored, which is a bonus, I guess, but mostly just wanted a bit more forest on the belfry. That's 15 onto axes. Let's fight, baby. Okay, belfry not connected to town, which isn't really what I wanted, but aside from that, we are looking okay. Of course, yes, we have the 100 from our beautiful old tower in the mountains. I just don't know how to win without him, baby. We're actually going to be pretty close to winning this straight up. Not quite. If we've got the belfry better place, we could have done it. Minus 57. But with that, we technically make it to victory. Oh, very nice indeed. This was tricky, I should say. Don't get faith involved, by the way, before you finish off the Republic, because yeah, that made it a lot more complicated. It was definitely, well, easier the first time on normal, obviously, but the bonuses you gain from playing the first time don't give you as much as the difficulty makes it harder, is what I would say. New high score though, which is something. There we are, a fair few points there for us. You can compare to yours if you like, but that is victory just about for the Republic. And of course, we are very close to the order at this point. I need 3 more little crowns to get that one there. I just had to complete some challenges. So, you know what? If people are still enjoying this game, I will have a little go at the order as well. Maybe I'll play it as like the first way through this time, because the previous 2 times I've played on normal to get used to the faction and then played it on hard. But, you know, we could absolutely just give a first time go at the order in a future episode. But yes, as I say, all this faith stuff, I'm going to need to figure out how this works. It's best not to mix it up too much with the Republic until you're used to it, although I guess if I played it now, I have a lot more unlocked. It could be more interesting to do it that way, kind of mix those 2 ideas together. But for now, I will leave you. It took me 2 goes to win here as the Republic, but it's an awfully fun little game, this. I would very much recommend it. For now, though, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, this is Tonos to Human, and this has been the fantastic Drop Dutchy. Thank you very much, and tally-ho. Let us have a moment for Domino, then, a giant of a commander who, frankly, I completely left out. Yeah! Yes! That was so good! We'll shoot them as they land. Ow! Oh, we're fine! Everything is fine! Panic over! It's only a horde of Vikings, it's not actually a problem.